Today we have yet another review, as we have all been playing Invincible Versus. Does this live up to the excellent TV show? And who is the undisputed champion of the podcast? Let's find out on the Late Night Gamer podcast. Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer podcast. I am your host, Welchy, and I'm joined as always by my co-hosts, the third best Invincible Versus player I know, Stephen.
Oh, that's fucking grim. Wait, does that make me last? Am I
No, it
last?
doesn't.
Last here,
No,
Andy is not turned up, so he is automatically fourth.
Sweet, I'll take that. That's great by my books. Yeah, hello guys, it's lovely to be back as always, and I am very, very excited to talk about Invincible Versus, that's for sure.
And the second best Invincible Versus player I know,
hang
Jack.
God. Our last match I won, and you're only as good as your last game.
I won first.
Fuck it, I'll take it. I'm still the best Mario Kart player. Hi everyone. Thank you for having me back. And yeah, looking forward to reviewing it.
That's a bit of an early spoiler. So, three guesses of who is the undisputed Invincible Versus champion of the
Oh,
podcast.
look at me. I host the podcast. I make the rules.
Undisputed as a word may be challenged later on in the podcast, but Andy obviously is not with us today. He is not feeling very well. He has sent me his review, so I will read that out later on. He is automatically fourth best. I'd have had to make between Stephen and Andy would have been third and fourth, but you might have had to fight yourselves to decide. But by not turning up, automatically fourth best.
It's a beautiful night where I don't even have to then fight against
yeah.
Andy. So yeah, beautiful. I would take third, and it can't be disrupted. So yeah, third best Invincible Versus player. Let's go.
As discussed in the cold open today, we are reviewing Invincible Versus. We've all been playing it. It came out on Thursday last week, the 30th of April.
Yeah.
We are recording this on the 4th of May, and this will actually upload on the 5th of May. Which today is Happy Star Wars Day, by the way, everyone. Didn't even realize that it is Star Wars Day. I should have really made some Star Wars related questions, but instead I've got another question for you both. On the topic of Invincible Versus, obviously we have now got a new franchise in a fighting format. What other franchise would you like to see made into a fighting game? I've got some ideas, but I'll chuck it to you first, Jack. What would you pick as a franchise you'd like to see specifically in a fighting game?
I think so. In the podcast, I did choose the boys out of them options.
Yeah.
I think there probably is a couple other I could think of, but I just went for that option. So I need some think time. But yeah, if we're going along the line of TV shows that have recently released, I think the boys would be perfect for it. There is enough superheroes in that to make a lot of good characters, and even so with characters like I don't even know if I can say it because what
Be
season
careful.
are you on?
I'm season 3.
Temp V is already a thing, isn't it?
Just about, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can include. Let's be careful because Stephen will watch it one day. But
Yeah.
I know who you mean. The people that aren't normally with powers, yes.
Yeah. So I won't say characters' names just for spoiler's sake, but with things like Temp V, it allows the option to bring in a lot more characters who wouldn't be involved to be involved, and even some who didn't use it in the show, they could even use it and give them a certain power.
You have your own story, like this game's done, Invincible.
Yeah,
the boys make their own story where everyone uses it or whatever.
And even if they didn't do that, you could just take a character like Johnny Cage who just suddenly gets mystic powers. So in Mortal Kombat. So I think following on from Invincible, The Boys is another show that I've loved throughout, and I'd definitely love to see that as a fighting game.
And obviously we have had Homelander in Mortal Kombat 1.
Yes.
Just like we had Omni-Man in Mortal Kombat 1 as well. Stephen, is there a franchise that you would pick to see in a fighting game format?
It's a bit of a difficult question because on the poll that you put on the Discord earlier regarding this, I also voted for The Boys. I know I haven't seen The Boys, but I know enough about it to think that already
it's the obvious one, isn't it? It's a superhero show.
It makes perfect sense. It follows on from Invincible. I am not like massively au fait with TV shows. Sort of my bread and butter is mainly movies and video games.
Doesn't have to be TV shows.
I mean, I was going to make a joke and be like, you know, imagine like an EastEnders turned into a fighting game. It'd be fucking hilarious. Like, you know, Peggy and Pat just smashing each other's heads off. But because I watched that regularly, but obviously that would never happen. I feel like a horror like franchise could be quite. I know obviously we had a bit similar like it with Dead by Daylight, which is not,
a fighting game though.
But there is that mechanic already of you going up with Ghostface trying to kill Leatherface and Jason up against Michael and all of that kind of stuff. So you could do something like that.
You could take the Dead by Daylight idea of having all these villains come in and just make it fighting.
That's a really good idea because Mortal Kombat they've put in loads of horror characters. Like I think Ghostface was in Mortal Kombat 1 as well.
Yeah.
So and that'd be perfect with the movesets and that will slide in good.
It's incredible because I kind of just thought about that on the spot, and actually that sounds really good. See, I didn't even come to the podcast prepared. But yeah, I feel like something like that would be quite cool. It's interesting because we'll get onto it on whether a fighting game when you have like a following and also you know, taking it from a TV series, does it work if you try and do something like story wise, or if you're talking about essentially just characters from that fighting against each other? I feel like horror would definitely work. There's probably like, I don't know, something like a Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones. I could see a Game of Thrones one with
like maybe Game of Thrones actually. Game of Thrones would actually you could probably make that work.
Yeah,
Breaking Bad, that's a questionable one.
It'd just be two characters, won't it? Basically, all right against everybody else.
You could have a gun and the exploding myth.
Yeah. I would probably go with The Boys. I'm obviously, as I said, watching season 3 currently, so that it makes the most sense. You can see Homelander in it. You can see Soldier Boy in it. Anyone, A-Train, whoever. I don't think it's happened. I don't think Star Wars has had one. As far as I'm aware, they've had a lot of games.
They've had characters.
Yes, so in Soul Calibur you had Yoda and Darth Vader in the PS3 or the Xbox 360 version.
Was there anything in like the Battlefront games that had a fight, like an arcade style? Or...
Not fighting, no. So we've had we've had the shooter style, we've had the like the RPG style in terms of not RPG, but like the action game and the Jedi games. And I just don't think we had a fighting game. I think it could be done. It would basically be Soul Calibur because it's more sword action. But that can be done. There's nothing to say it can't be done. So maybe that. But I do think if I'm the boys, if I'm Amazon Prime and I'm the boys makers, I'm looking at Invincible versus, depending on what we think of it, thinking, why can't we do that? Like, there's no reason why we can't do that.
This developer, Skybound Games, could they do like another fighting game based on a movie or TV show? Could that be like their niche, or like what other games have they made, or is this their first?
This is their first one. I think these as a company, it's their first one. They've taken people from the Killer Instinct studio. So there's nothing to stop them, I guess. I mean, they're going to be working on this for a while. In terms of new characters and we'll get onto it in a minute, and maybe story and stuff. But yeah, there's no reason why they couldn't. And I will quickly read out a message that we had on Discord. So James wrote in saying, I know it's kind of been done before with PlayStation All-Stars and the PS3, but a new PS5 fighting game for PlayStation Universe characters such as Joel, Kratos, Atsu, Aloy, Clank, Astrobot. I never actually played the PS3 one, but I heard mixed things about it. Obviously, more in the format of
Smash Bros.
Yeah, Smash Bros. In my memory. I would love that idea. I think it's a great shout, James. But I would prefer it, just personally. I prefer the style of Invincible versus the Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. It's the one-on-one fights and not the Smash Brothers style. Personally, that'd be a great idea. I would love to see that.
Think about that.
Okay, so let's now move on to our review of Invincible versus. As we said, came out on October 30th with a current Metacritic score of 76. Now we did.
You sure it's not 90?
Yeah, hang on, Welchy. What was that? I thought it was going to be 90, wasn't it? No.
There is a reason Andy has skipped this podcast. let's all be honest.
Well, as the poll on the Discord said, was it embarrassing for Andy to select 90? And the resounding answer to that was a massive yes. So the people have spoken.
So for those maybe newer to the podcast, at the beginning of the year, we did Metacritic predictions, where we had something like 15 games. 15 games. predicted the Metacritic score for each of them. For some insane reason, Andy predicted that Invincible Versus would get a 90.
Was he actually being serious with that prediction? Or
think-
did he generally seriously believe that that game could get a 90?
I think he said he wanted to be brave and like bold and like make a bold prediction. But I think he also thought like if it has a good story, if they land it, fighting games can get 90s when they're done properly. And I think he just had high hopes that it would be that and just kind of went with his heart rather than his head. Clearly. Because the rest of us were more sensible. So
yeah,
it has got a 76 as it stands. I went with 77, so that gives me 2 points in our game. Andy went with 90, that's -5. Like, it's not even close. Stephen went 75, so you also got 2 points.
I thought I was going to be bang on.
Jack, you had 72, and this game was originally much closer to that when the first reviews were coming out. So you were doing really well. But since then, it's moved up. So you're not getting negative points. You're just getting 0. You're just in that kind of space where you don't get anything. Yeah.
Was it on 75 at one point?
Well, maybe, but when the main numbers, I think it was like 70. I think it was actually 71.
Oh, okay.
Because I was getting negative, and then it's gone up to 76.
It's gone up. There was one game recently that I was bang on. Was it Saros? Saros is my golden child,
which we'll get onto more in a couple of weeks. I want to talk about it later on. But in terms of the full review and whatnot, will be a couple of weeks' time. So yeah, Andy didn't do very well there, but I'm sure he'll be able to bring it back in some other games. We've all been excited for this. We all played the beta, and obviously we all love the TV show, which is the main thing. This is why we're excited for it, really.
Yeah.
I do want to try something different today. I know quite a few of our episodes recently, our reviews have gone on very long. Not hours, but an hour. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to give each of us 2 minutes with a timer. Where's my timer? Just overall thoughts. And then after we've all done our 2, we can dive in where we want. We can say if Jack says something ridiculous, Stephen, me and you can go, hang on a minute, we've got to go back to that. Like, we need to come on that. Either or, maybe I say something ridiculous. Or we all agree on something. We dive, exactly. We dive deeper into it. And then we've got some like fields we can go into, like we want to go specifically into story, multiplayer, gameplay, whatever. So 2 minutes on the clock. Let's start with you, Jack, because I think you've put the most time in. Overall thoughts, just a quick 2 minutes kind of summary. No need to go into too much detail, obviously, and then we can go into that later, and then finish it off with a score out of 10. Are you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Go.
Okay, so I'm going to talk really quick for this. No, I'm joking. I was a bit apprehensive before the game came out, just because I thought of the studio it was, and just because it's a smaller IP than other fighting games, I was a little apprehensive. But after playing the beta, it made me really excited to pick it up and buy it. Really excited that there was going to be a story mode. A little bit let down with the length, but I'm sure we'll get into later. I think they're going to add more story. I've been playing a lot of single player, doing the ladders, getting through it, and I think when I compare it to other fighting games, I think it's probably one of the easier ones to learn. There's a lot of like different mechanics, but I think in terms of like combos and moves, everything is very similar. There's not a lot of like upright button presses or something like that. And I noticed it today whilst I was playing, and I did that. Did the hard ladder. I literally didn't use the triangle button, and like that's a whole attack that I didn't use throughout it. But other than that, I've been loving it. Been loving the online. It's been really fun to play against you and Andy. Stephen, we still need to play, but so I can get that or get a belt even. But yeah, overall been loving it. And other than Mortal Kombat, I haven't played many other fighting games in a while, but like Mortal Kombat, Smash Bros is up there for me. But yeah, it's right up there. I have been really enjoying it. I think the characters have done really well. Movesets are easy to learn, so I don't think it's that steep of a learning curve from going from if you haven't played a fighting game and this is your first one. I think it's one of them ones you can pick up quite quickly.
Yeah.
Wow, you've got 10 seconds left. Give us a score out of 10.
At the moment, I will go for a I'm probably online with the score it's been getting to, like a 7.5. Between a 7.5 and an 8, I'd give it.
Very good, very good, very good. Stephen, your 2 minutes starts.
God, this is gonna be hard.
Now.
Okay, so I haven't played a fighting game in about a decade since Mortal Kombat, and I was never really. I'm not a fighting game kind of gamer. Having said that, and when my collector's edition of Invincible Versus arrived, which I did a TikTok and also put in the Discord, like the collector's edition is glorious. In terms of the game, I always thought that I was going to enjoy the story more than the actual online, and for me, that has completely flipped. I love the online side of this game.
Good.
I love the fighting. I have picked it up fairly quickly. So like me and Welchy played, and although I got beat, I actually did a lot better than what I anticipated that I was going to do. Which I did say to Welchy, "Oh, I've just been fucked over," and he was like, "No, not necessarily as bad as that." I am massively let down the story. I think the story is actually beyond a joke. I actually think that this game doesn't need a story, and it kind of plays into, which we'll get into later, that I don't think this fighting game would be amazing, but the story offers absolutely nothing to it. I was really, really pissed off with the story. Also pissed off with the tutorial, which we'll get to. I have got the trophy of completing it, but it's bullshit. There's also been a number of network issues as well, which I don't think are very fair. Where I've had like 4 matches where I should have got the one win on my record, and because they've left, it doesn't count. It's just a waste of time, and I think that's not just in casual, that's in ranked as well. It surprised me because I thought it'd be one that I might do a couple of online games and be more interested in the story and the arcade, which I'm still doing. But I played so many online games, it's so much fun. I've kind of got like that Rocket League feeling where you go one more game, then one more game, one more game. So that side of it is all fine. I just think that it's a weird game. It's a tale of two halves. There's half of it that I love, and there's half of it that infuriate me beyond repair. So that's kind of where I am generally, but still having a lot of fun with it and doing much better than what I thought I was going to do with this.
That is bang on time. Well done.
Lovely.
Just to score out of 10 to finish off.
6.5 out of 10 for me.
6.5 out of 10. Okay. I actually, did Andy give me a score? That's an interesting question. I did read what he said, but I didn't see a score. Do you reckon he's awake? He has not. He's not given me a score. I'm going to text him saying score out of 10. He said it was last seen 20 minutes ago. Score out of 10, and see what he says.
I do wish well, because like on the late night movie podcast, he was struggling, bless him, yesterday. So
yeah, no, he is unwell. Yeah. Like, I was joking earlier about him skipping.
No, I just thought it'd be right. All bad aside, we do wish him well and hope he feels better soon.
Get well better soon.
I will read his review, and then if he gives me a score later on, I'll just chuck it out. So Andy said, I really enjoyed that they'd done something new with the story, but with characters that we already know. I don't think we can say there's anything to spoil here. As Stephen alluded to, there's not much story here.
No.
The characters that Andy's referring to are the engineers, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Who we saw at the end of season 3 in the TV show. Yeah. So they're kind of like the main villain in this game. It added an extra layer to the Invincible universe, and I'm intrigued to see if these particular villains return in the next season of the show, which I think they might. However, the story is way too short and needed to be at least 2 to 3 hours longer. I've played my placement games on ranked and a few more against Welchy and Jack. Fighting games isn't my area of expertise, so I wasn't expecting to jump on and be one of the best. However, I am going to complain about the menus and the matchmaking. It seems unnecessarily messy to search and cancel search. You don't get rewarded if someone quits, which is something that bugged me on FIFA for ages. And when you're doing your placement games, you should only be able to play people who are also doing their placement games, or at least just finished them. I played 2 people who had 35 wins during my first 10 games. And then as soon as I finished, I played people with 2 to 3 wins. I felt the majority of people I've played use similar combos, and it felt really repetitive, not competitive, repetitive. If I had to guess Andy's score from that, doesn't sound great.
Sounds like a 5.
Yeah,
like
I would say 5 to 6 somewhere.
Yeah. What I will say is, his bugbears, I completely agree with. Not so much the repetitiveness, but I I massively disagree with the story aspect. I'm glad that this story was only an hour long, because while we're on the subject, I know what you could give your thoughts, but the thing with the story for me is I really enjoyed the cutscenes. I actually thought that the story itself was interesting, and like I said, with the engineers, it adds a different layer. But it's literally just an hour of cutscenes interlocked with the same fights over and over and over again. I played it on normal to get the trophy.
But that's what fighting game stories are.
I know, and this is where I don't think that a story in a fighting game works. Well, it might work in other games like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, but when you've got Invincible that relies so much on great storytelling and depth, we need an Invincible, actual, proper story-based game.
I personally think the story is the issue. I think if there was a better story, you would enjoy it. The fighting is almost like a break from the cutscenes, almost.
But also, like at the very end, I was expecting like a really big
we'll get on
boss
to that.
fight.
I want to really get onto that. Yeah.
And I just felt I got to the end of it of thinking that was just a waste of my time. Really, that was a complete and utter waste of time. And as someone who was so excited for the story, what makes the game get the score that it does is because I actually think the online is great. I don't agree with what Andy's saying. I don't think it's repetitive. I think that there are different moves that you can learn, and I've loved the games where I've had games where I've been near death, and then my last character Titan, for example, or Monster Girl just completely rinses and you win in moments that you don't anticipate you are. So
that's
I've had a lot of
fun with that. I think it's happened to me at least once, Jack. I think. When I was almost lost and come back and won, I think. Do you remember that one?
What about our second game?
What about our second game? We're talking about.
I've got the whole recording.
But obviously we'll get more to the story. But yeah, I kind of, and the menu thing I also agree with. I think that there are loads of issues with that.
So I'm not going to be unfair to you guys. I'm also going to put a timer for myself. I will stick to it, and you'll be able to hear it. Well, it should make a noise if I go over. Yours was literally 1 second left, Stephen, so you did it perfectly. Okay, I'm going to start it now. So, for me, Invincible Versus is a 6 out of 10. I think it's a decent game, which could have been great. It also arguably could be worse. For me, the story is extremely disappointing. I agree that I was actually hoping that might be one of the better parts of the game, and I was completely wrong. An hour is a disgrace, but if it's done properly, an hour can still be decent. This was not a decent hour. This was a very boring hour. I felt like I was going through the motions. I like the fighting. I like the mechanics. I like the gameplay. I did not enjoy the story behind it. I thought the cutscenes at some point were jittery. Like, I don't know if it was frame rate drops or just crap animation. I've seen people saying that this animation's better than the show.
Oh,
and I'm thinking, just stop hating the show so much. It is not better. It got a little bit better lighting. Fine. It's not better. Way too short. I guess there's a caveat that they may be adding to this for our future seasons. Fine. But as a launch product, it's not good enough as a story. Gameplay, fun. We knew that from the beta. It does get frustrating online, but every fighting game I've ever played gets frustrating online because people are better than you. And sometimes it's hard to get out of combos. That's the nature of playing these games where people are better than you. So I can't knock it for that. They do need to fix some of the matchmaking issues, such as the win tracker, the leaderboards. Like Andy said, exiting a queue for searching is weirdly difficult. They need to fix things like that. This isn't a Mortal Kombat. I wouldn't expect it to be perfect at launch. And like the lobby, when we did a lobby with me, you, and Andy, Jack, when you tried to spectate us, it just crashed it. Like things like that just need to be fixed. And what I will say to finish off, I've got 2 seconds left. If this wasn't Invincible characters, as you can hear, it's just gone off. If this wasn't Invincible characters, this would be like a 4 or 5, which I can't give a game a rating higher because of it being Invincible. What I'm trying to say is I think a lot of my enjoyment is coming from seeing characters I know and love.
Yeah.
Being able to use them. If it was just random, Mortal Kombat characters started off as random people, but if it was just random people, I'd be like, this ain't it.
Do you know what's even when we matched for our game on Saturday night? Bear in mind, I'd only done like 3 games, so I was like, oh, okay, this is all right. I'll go straight into the deep end. But it crushed our first one.
It did, yes, it did. You're right, yeah.
And I think I had another one where I won a game, and then if you select back to lobby, it sometimes doesn't count as a win. Because
It's
the win
so,
automatically
but
comes
even
through.
even if you go back to the
And
to continue fighting, it doesn't. It's all a mess.
And also, if you, I've noticed I had a couple where I absolutely smashed a couple of people. So I then wanted to rematch them because I thought I've got the better of you. But then you would rematch, but then it doesn't count. And that's every time I rematch, it doesn't give you it doesn't even give you 2 wins, it gives you none. And it might have been that it might be working in some, but it's like, so I was like, I'm not going to rematch you now because I want the win on my record. Like, I care about that. I like seeing that.
That's the
So
thing. Like, some people will argue, does it matter? Like, you're having fun. It's like, you said it before, Steve. I like a stat. I like to see my wins. I like to see my losses. I like to see that kind of stuff. I like to see as
Can
much
you see your losses?
data. No, but on some games you can. I like to see as much data as I can. I want to see how many times I win with this character, how many times I know it's difficult because there's 3 characters, but still, I like to see that kind of stuff. And it's bare bones anyway, but when the bare bones stuff isn't working as well, again, it's not NetherRealm. They're not going to make it perfect at launch. They might fix it later on. Rematch didn't launch perfect, and we still loved that.
Yeah, that's true.
Rematch is much better than this. Rematch was much more serviceable at launch, but
we had a number of issues like trying to get the platinum for that, which they did fix later down the line, in fairness. And because what I also did is I looked at some of the trophies. So I think I've got like 12 to 13 already. Like, look at the replays. There's trophies where you select presets. So like, you get a trophy if you play a match as Invincible, Eve, and Rex, which is called Third Wheel, which is quite funny because it's like acted as he's like the third wheel because he's been with both of them. There's another one if you play as Cecil, Monster Girl, like part of the Guardians of the Globe. So I went through all of those, and I just,
they're not worded very well, those ones, because there's one where you have to play with either Rex. Yeah, like I think it's that one. It's the one with the Guardians of the Globe. It's like Rex, Duplicate, Atom Eve, or blah blah, someone in your team. My main lineup has Rex in my team, and I was like, how have I not got that trophy? I put him in my number 1 spot, then I got it.
Yeah.
So it's like, hang on, you need to tell me that I need him as my number 1. That wasn't clear.
It's also, I read it as like, what? I need to have 4 characters when it's 3v3. How the fuck does that work? So I thought, right, I'll just pick 3 of the Guardians of the Globe and see if it comes through.
Yeah.
And it did. The other major bug, I think we spoke about it briefly in the beta, but obviously I didn't play the tutorial, but I wanted to get the trophy of completing the tutorial. The tutorial for me is nothing short of a fucking disgrace.
Why?
And I'll tell you why it's a fucking disgrace.
I think I know which one it's going to be.
Because on the collector's edition, it brings you a plastic thing with all of the controller inputs, right? And in the game, you look at the controller list, but there is so much that you've got to remember, right? Which I'll tell you why you can't visualize it. That I had to have that out with me at all times. I had to keep pausing and memorizing. I was remapping buttons because on the screen, it does not give you an indication. It says M, a light, heavy. And I think we spoke about this in the beta, and I was thinking, who do you think you are that you can't have someone that goes in and says this is square, this is triangle X? There was one move, I wrote it down because it really annoyed me. It's the one where I can't wait.
Is it a counter?
Is it blocking the auto tag where you have to time it perfectly?
And also that and the dash. So there's one where you've got it says arrow left, and then you've got to do a light attack and a heavy attack. And I tried for about 20 minutes, pressing it, remapping the buttons, changing. In the end, I had to use the left stick because the arrows were working at times, but the analog stick as well was doing it for me. I had to like put the analog stick right, then I had to have my other hand putting over circle and square, and then I had to remap R1 to X. So I had 3 figures over that. And I'm thinking, this is meant to be the tutorial. This is meant to be the introduction so you learn the mechanics of the game to improve. And it is such a fucking shit show because they've made it so goddamn complicated. And then to make it worse, they don't even tell you on the screen what buttons to press. It's just medium or light. And I got the trophy today, but it took way longer than it should have been. And some of them were just, it was so difficult, and not difficult as in challenging. It's so uncomfortable. The button layout is not easy to use.
I'm gonna half defend them because I agree with you. First of all, like seeing light, medium, heavy is not the easiest thing to follow, especially when you're first learning. Like once you've once you've done the tutorial, it makes sense. But when you're doing it, it's like, well, which one's that? Go back to my controller. I think in their defense, obviously it's easier to do that when they've got multiple consoles and PCs to release it on. And because you can reconfigure your controller and map the buttons the way you want to, I imagine even more on PC. It is on PC, right?
Yeah.
You can map what you want light to be. So instead of them saying it's square, they can be like, look, it's light, you make it what you want to be. I personally would rather it, like you say, just tell me a square. And other games do this. If you change the buttons on say Mortal Kombat, it will know you've changed it, and it will say light move is now this.
Yeah.
So
just to add, it was the air dash movement that I wrote down. I found it in my note. The air dash movement tutorial was fucking bullshit.
Really?
I don't know if you remember that.
Just got jump and dash.
Just up and
It
R1,
wasn't.
wasn't it?
I was doing it for about 15 minutes, and it just was not registering. I knew that I was pressing the right buttons, and it took about 15 attempts before it actually registered. I was like,
"Is that dodgy Astro Bot controller you got?"
Yeah, apparently. I thought I even tried. I even tried my Last of Us controller, thinking I generally thought that. I was like, I'm gonna try to. No, it was still. And what was annoying me is I was doing it, and for some reason it just wasn't programming. But I had that on a number of the tutorials because I just thought like it's just so complicated. And I kind of agree with what you're saying, Welchy, in terms of the fact that they've got to compensate for all consoles, but cater for each one for PC, for Xbox play.
It doesn't take that much more work. Yeah, I agree.
No.
Agree.
Had I had, obviously, in the collector's edition, having that controller layout was great because having to then pause it, and then also sometimes because the button layout is difficult, you would then look at the controllers and then you would press like X by mistake, and then it would override one of the features. So I had to keep pressing reset to default because I was like, no, I don't want that button to be mapped.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Bullshit. Absolutely fucking bullshit, mate. I was so angry. I've never been more angry at a tutorial. I can't remember any tutorials I've played in gaming that have stressed me out as much as this. But I was like, I want to get this trophy. I will get this done. It wasn't the beginner ones. It was the intermediate ones that I had more of the issue with. I don't know if you guys found that there were more problems in the second part.
I won't lie, I breezed through it this time, but I did it before. So
yes,
I didn't do the tutorial straight away on this time. I went straight into the story, did that, did some multiplayer. I think I did the tutorial like 2 days later. So I'd already done the whole tutorial in the beta. I played a load more hours, and by the time I got to it, I was like, I know what most of these things are. So breeze through it.
Maybe if I'd done it in the beta, it might have been slightly different.
I mean, it was exactly the same as the one in the beta, so I do have sympathies for you because it pissed me off in the beta as well. I don't get why they didn't have it as the actual buttons, because even if they're the only one that wouldn't really work for is PC, because obviously people might have keyboard binds or a controller bind, but even then you would just set your standard keyboard binds, and then literally on every game I've ever played on PC, if you plug in a Xbox controller, the buttons change to Xbox in the game. I can't think of a game where it doesn't do it. And then same if you use a PlayStation controller, it'll do it again. So it's just pure laziness from them because they've thought, we don't want to do that work to show the right buttons, so we'll just have it as that. And so it's light, medium, heavy, special, isn't it? And there was, when we did the beta, there was so many times where I was looking at S and my head was just naturally going standard, like standard attack. So when it was asking you to do special and heavy, but in my head I was like, standard and heavy. So I was pressing square and X, and I was like, why the fuck is it not doing it? And then it went until I went into the settings again. I was like, no, it's special. And so I do have your sympathies for that. It did bug me.
I was thinking the air movement dash is one of the most easy mechanics, and I do it actually while fighting. I literally just press R1 and it does it. And they overcomplicated it by adding in the medium and light. I'm thinking, why? Like, while blocking, just dash. Easy. It should be easy.
Blocking one. I know what one you're on about. Yeah, it's the push one. Got you.
And I
thought you just meant dashing. I was going to say that is one of the easiest ones. I got you.
The dash one, because it you do it 3 times, press R1 3 times, and then you got it.
You have to time it so perfectly.
This is one with blocking, and I'm thinking there were so many times like I'm doing this game. Like I even quit. I was like, no, this is not fucking beating me.
That brings up the issue of, I think we mentioned in the beta, when block is going back. It's just something that doesn't work in my head properly.
There's not a block button, so when it says on the screen when blocking, I was sitting there, but there's not a fucking block button.
Yeah, you
So
have to
what?
go
I've now
back.
got to use a medium and light attack to then block while the other person's hit. I'm thinking, when I'm actually playing online, I ain't gonna fucking do that.
I know you don't block, Stephen. I've destroyed you.
Yeah. Well, I took out one of your I took out
You did.
Invincible.
You did.
But I am starting to do more of the blocking. But the way that I'm finding the most success in blocking is either jumping up and then using the counter assist break. So
Yeah.
if I'm getting peppered, I'll press L1 or L2 and that will break it up. I'm actually finding what's working for me, which I didn't do against you, Welchy, but I'm now playing more, is jumping up. Because especially with characters like Monster Girl and oh my god, who Invincible fights, the big dude.
Conquest.
Conquest, that's it. Mine went completely blank then. Because they're mainly my go-to because I'm finding that I'm doing well with them more than some of the other characters. Okay. Basically, the three biggest fucking.
I was going to say Okay, that's interesting. Jack, what are your mains at the moment?
So Rex and Fula are my two favorites, and then I have been using Battle Beast. He's been my third. But I'm just I'm just I've been testing out other people, so it'll either be him, Conquest, or fuck, what's his name? Oh,
Alan.
Lucan.
Oh
Lucan.
yeah.
I really liked trying him out because where I just done the first arcade ladder, the 5-fight one. I just did that one for every character just to get it done quickly.
Yeah.
So it was fun to test everyone out, but yeah, I think definitely Fula and Rex are my two favorites. The third is still undecided, but at the moment it will be Battle Beast.
Yeah.
I've
got. Go on. Oh god, which is all I was just gonna say is I've got Battle Beast, Conquest, and Titan as my three, or Monster Girl also comes into that. But there's an interesting one because I played against someone earlier on ranked, and the special combo literally destroyed. I was like only a little bit of help, and they pulled that out, and I was like, "You've just literally killed my character in like 3 moves." Where I don't know what the special move is, but oh my Jesus Christ, it is. I was like, "How the fuck do you do that for 1? But 2, how have you just wiped out Conquest in like 3 hits?" So I might start to try it because I was getting real like damage given to me when I was coming up against her.
Mine are Rex and Battle Beast. They're my two. Like they're always there. I love them. Rex, I'm starting to go off Rex a bit because I've started using in the tutorial where you got the square, triangle, circle, X combo. You just go around the controller. I like using that combo, but when you do that with Rex, he jumps on the last one, and it kind of like ruins the combo a bit. Whereas you do that with Battle Beast, he just keeps battering and battering and battering. It works really well. But Rex is still good because I love his uppercut and I love his character in general. My third place, I've been trying to find that third person. I just can't get it. So I had started Invincible. Every one of you have taken out my Invincible. Every time I go into ranked, my Invincible will die. I'll win, not every time, but if I win, I always win with Invincible dead. So I'm like, you're clearly the weak link here. I've tried Fula. I like her, but again, not fully confident with her. I've tried multiple. The one I'm starting to click with though is Robot, and that surprised me because I think I actually slapped him up on the beta.
Oh, I really struggle with him. Like, not fighting with him. I can't. I think just for the way I play, I like to get into him quickly and then like try to get the uppercut.
I'm doing that with Robot. Like it's.
I can't do that with Robot. I've really struggled, and Cecil as well. I've really struggled with him.
Okay,
I know he's a ranged character.
Who do you hate playing against the most?
Oh, Cecil.
Oh, 1,000,000% Cecil. He bugs me off.
I love the special move. I love the special move with Cecil where it goes lights out and you just get absolutely fucking obliterated with all of them coming in from each corner of the room in that white screen. Fula's started to become the bane of my fucking life.
Fula's tough
today.
I love Fula. She's so good.
Cecil just keeps shooting me, man, and I'm like, you fucking stop.
It's interesting though you mentioned Robot though, because I have had games where I have basically been on top of Robot, particularly as Conquest or Battle Beast, and then out of nowhere, Robot just goes like possessed.
Yeah.
So I one game where there's a sequence of like you get shot like 8 or 9 times, and like what I quite like about this game is there's moments where I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like I'm in major trouble here. Sometimes I can wriggle out a bit with a counter move or an assist breaker or jumping up, but other times, like especially with Battle Beast, because you could just keep swinging. That's my favorite. I love I pressed up and particularly Invincible. I think it's funny that in a game called Invincible Versus, I do think Invincible is the weakest
I'm
character
finding
out
him
of
very
all
weak.
the ones. He's incredibly weak. In every game that I've played, I've always taken out Invincible. In every single person that I've played up to this point.
I feel like every fighting game sort of does that, don't they? Whoever's on the cover is never going to be the best.
It's never going to be the best.
Yeah, I personally, kind of different games, but I always like Scorpion, and he's always on the cover.
So I love Sub-Zero.
Yeah. The best moments is where
on a couple.
particularly it's Battle Beast, where like I'll get you to like the very edge of the corner, so they're just trapped, and then I'm just literally just hitting with Battle Beast or Conquest. And I think because I've gone with 3 of the larger characters, obviously for me, like if I go to someone like a robot or Seesaw, I've then got to try something different, because when you've got the big characters, my goal is to just basically I just want to get you into a corner so I can then just damage you as much. I think I did that with Invincible when I fought you, Welchy. I managed to get Invincible over, and then I was like, right, I've got you. And then unfortunately, when you went to your second character, you then got out of that, and then you just fucking wiped me.
I think I beat Jack in the first game. I called him the second best. I could have been sat here calling him the best because he had me in the first game, and he did what I would call an Arsenal, and he had 2 chances to wipe out my final character and missed both of them.
Missed the
ultra
charge move as well. Yeah. Oh, it's so.
And then
that's a boss that Arsenal would be proud of.
Yeah. And then my Rexplode I got him into a combo, and I was like, oh my god, I've got him, because I could see the health. I was like, I think my combo's enough to take that down, and I did.
Yeah.
So I didn't really deserve it, but I guess I did because you missed.
That's fighting games though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And they're the kind of fights I love. There've been multiple online fights where I know I'm not going to complain about it, but I'm being comboed, and I'm like, I know you're better than me. I know there's no way out of this. So I just put the controller down and go, you have fun, mate. Like, you have fun. You get your win. Then I'll come back and play, because I'm not even going to try.
To be fair, I have... Go on, Jack, sorry.
Oh, no, that's right. Mine's a completely different point.
I was just going to say that there have been times where on the matchmaking, I've come up against someone who's got like 30 wins, and I'm like, no, decline. Like, while I'm still getting the basics, I've had people, if they've got like 10 to 15 wins, I'll say yes. Anything less, I'm like, happy days, because I just know if I'm playing someone who's got like 20, 25 wins, I'm gonna get smashed. Like I'm not really that good at fighting games. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm trying to play against the best. I have come up against people who are like level 13 and 14, and within like the first few minutes of the fight, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're definitely better at me. I'll try, but like I think one person took out my Conquest in like 5 hits with combos. I was like, oh fuck, okay, yeah. Where I had optimism, thinking I can take you, bitch. No, I can't take you. So I don't put the controller down, but you get a vibe very early on. Apart from a couple of games where I've been at the very point of thinking I'm going to die, and then for whatever reason there's like a 180, and that's where the addiction comes in, because you never know which way is it going to go. Are you going to be? And I've been on games where I've been on top, and then they've turned it round, and I've gone, how the fuck did I lose that? Like I took out, I think, one person, Alan the Alien, Omni-Man, and Eve. I took out Alan the Alien and I took out Omni-Man, thinking, great, I've just got Atom Eve. But whatever combo this person did with Atom Eve, I could not get near her. It was when she has like the pink laser, and it just, I don't know if you guys have had this if you fought Eve, I just couldn't get near her. And then I'm thinking, oh my god, you've actually taken out like 2 of my characters. And
I think every character can be good if you know how to use them perfectly.
Yeah.
Even Robot. And I'm starting to appreciate that, because in the beta I was like, what's the point?
I need to try Robot before.
We've obviously been very positive about the multiplayer right now for the last 5 or 10 minutes, and the characters and whatnot. We do need to, before we move on, quickly go back to the story, because most of us are giving this quite a negative rating. Jax is actually quite good. Andy has texted me with a 5 out of 10.
Oh, bang on.
Yeah, I'll probably do that, yeah.
So a low score. The same as he gave Life is Strange Reunion. So He's not
I
having a
shouldn't have
great
played those
start
3
to the year.
games against him. I think I really demoralized him.
I beat him as well.
But did you beat him every time? Oh, I'm
Oh yeah,
screwed.
Jack's wiped the floor around.
All the matches are about 2 minutes long as well. It was get out of here, buddy. Fuck off. Like it was it was brilliant.
Oh, I'm so dead.
I have
so fucking dead.
I have been genuinely surprised how much I've enjoyed the online because
Yes.
like I said in like the first little review bit, I think the learning curve for this game is really small compared to other fighting games. Like I've never felt not come to I would play Mortal Kombat Online, but I just think like I'm not good enough with these characters to get to a point where I can get their character up and start volleying them in the air. This game's a lot easier to do that because half the characters fly anyway, so they sort of had to implement that. But yeah, really surprised by how much I do love playing online on this game.
Yeah.
The story.
Yes.
I think we've kind of alluded to it. It's way too short, first of all.
Yeah.
I just think it lacked a bit of soul, a bit of. I guess I said that about Pragmata, but it just missed a lot. It missed the mark completely, really. They tried doing a little twist with the whole. I don't care about spoilers. This game's 1 hour long. You can probably get a YouTube clip of it
It's not really
half an hour.
It's sort of like an intro. It feels like an intro.
It feels like an introduction story, but even like the twist is like, okay, that's cool. I like the idea of it. It's just not executed well. The cutscenes were okay, but it was just lacking a bit of heart to it, a bit of soul to it. The music is almost constantly just the same throughout. There's no kind of ups and downs. I don't know, if they would explain to us that this is a first part of a story and each season we're going to add on another hour or half an hour, whatever it is, and it's going to be just like expanding story, great. There's no guarantee that's going to happen as far as I'm aware.
No, I think it'll all depend on support and how the player base stays up.
But is it going to be a continuation, or is each season going to have a theme? So like at some point, I'm assuming we're going to get a frag. Is there going to be a season where he's the big bad and it's just like a 30-minute story with him? Is there going to be, I don't know, we're missing some other. General Craig's not here yet. There's got to be other characters that we're missing. Like Angstrom Levy's not here yet. Is it just going to be like different mini stories? And it's like that would be a worse. But I think that's worse. Would you rather mini stories or would you like one bigger story?
No, okay. I'd like one overarching story, but I think the way they've done it with the engineers, obviously, it allows them to bring in loads of different enemies, because it's just the engineers as the enemy. But I think because that's already been revealed in the story, it's like I know it's just the engineers disguised as someone, and we're just carrying on fighting them. So it just sort of feels like, it's just getting stretched out as where they could have done a really good story of it. I think it must have been an afterthought. There is no way a 1 hour story was planned from the beginning.
It's funny because we know that Addy rushes through campaigns, but when he popped up in our WhatsApp chat saying Invincible first, I was like, what, in 45 minutes? And then he was like, oh no, the story is under an hour. And I was like, oh no. I think for me as well, the only positive about that whole thing was they captured the moment of and then the Invincible title card.
That was a good bit. That was a good bit.
That is the only positive I can give, because like I said, I just don't think that the story is completely irrelevant to this entire experience. There is no need for it. There's no want for it. And as I was playing it, I'm thinking, this is just an expansion of my always fear with fighting games with story, that it's just these interlocking cutscenes with the same fights. But there wasn't even any variety in the fights. They were literally the same fight over and over again, with the same characters in different circumstances. And what they tried to do was, with the twist with them being sort of clones of themselves fighting against each other. In that way, you could argue that was the reason why you kept coming against the same enemies. I was like, that's just lazy. This is your way of just being able to recycle the same fighting mechanic over and over again and adding really piss poor cutscenes. And then to not even have a final boss battle. We're in a fighting game. What an opportunity to have someone that, with a full health bar, that you feel is, oh, we're coming to the end of the story. Because I didn't even know that was the end. It was only after one of the fights, after the 7th time of fighting Omni-Man, it came up, oh, complete the story. I was like, is that it? I was doing a Gavin Stacey moment. Is that it? Are you serious? It it wasn't if it wasn't for how good the online is, this would be a disgrace of a game. That's how bad the story is.
I'd
Like
love
I
to
was
see
so
you
livid with
play
it.
Mortal Kombat 1 and just see if it's for you that you just don't like the idea of cutscenes and some fighting in the middle. Because
Yeah, maybe.
I personally
Mortal
think
Kombat does
Mortal
it
Kombat 1
way
is,
better,
yeah,
like
it's done better.
cutscene to fight.
Yeah.
I think the loading screen in between doesn't help either. It should just go.
Yeah.
It should just fade
More
straight
natural.
into the fight, because like
Yeah.
even on Mortal Kombat, the cutscene graphics are different to the fighters' graphics. But you'll have the cutscene, and then it will literally go straight to the fight. And I was thinking,
Yes.
like, why can't they do that? That
Yeah.
should be able to be done.
But also the story
But
is interesting enough, and it's much longer,
look,
first of all, but it's also
When-
interesting.
When I played
I will
Mortal
say,
Kombat,
like, oh no, sorry.
no, sorry. All I was going to say is when I played Mortal Kombat X, I remember enjoying that because I didn't enjoy any of the online stuff, partly because I was just getting absolutely destroyed. I think I tried it 2 games and then that was it, so I didn't want to persevere with that. But this for me reminded me a little bit of Terrify the arcade game, which was exactly the same. It was these really shitty cutscenes, obviously in an arcade setting, and then it was just these fights. And I remember when I reviewed that I said the story was basically pointless, and it was the exact same. So you are right, Welchy. Maybe I don't like, if I'm playing a fighting game, it should be online only. But I still think they could have done way more.
And it can be done
It
better.
could have been longer.
Mortal Kombat's
It
done
could
better.
have been done better.
Tekken is a really good one as well. It's like it's all about family and like the family feuds and stuff like that, and it's interesting. It's a bit of drama to it. This just lacked everything. Like they could have done anything. They could have done the show, or maybe they couldn't have, but they could have made their own thing. They kind of have, but kind of haven't. This is just, I think the way you describe it is perfect. Pointless. It's not needed. Although as much as I want it, and I wanted it to be good, it just hasn't added anything. Like it's essentially the arcade game with cutscenes, like the arcade ladders with cutscenes in them.
Yes.
And the ladders, the arcades have always been done in every game. Street Fighter has them, and at the end you get it's not even a cutscene. It's like a couple of pictures with some dialogue on top. That's fine. That's happened in every fighting game I can ever remember.
Yeah.
But that's they've basically done that with a story here, with just some animated cutscenes which are not good enough.
Jack, question with you.
Oh no, sorry.
No, I had a question for you. You know, regarding the arcade, do you get a trophy for every one that you do?
No.
Or
you have to do it with 9 characters and then 18 characters.
Oh, so it isn't based on
it has to be your lead character.
It has to be your lead character.
Right, because I've got one for completing the first one, which I think it's easy, normal, hard, and then Viltrum, right?
You also get one for doing one quick, one normal, whatever it is, one Guardian, one Invincible.
Don't make I when I first read through the achievements, for some reason I just must not have read it right. But I was like, I'll just put that top one up to hard. That'll get me the achievement. It doesn't.
No.
So I sweated through getting them 5 fights done, and I was like, oh fuck, I've just done that for fun. Really, it wasn't even that fun. But,
is the Viltrumite one really challenging? Like the hardest level?
It yet.
You haven't tried it yet.
It's going to be
after
very,
doing them
very
10
tough.
fights on hard. I will say, like, in fairness, they attack more a little bit on hard, and every time you do the like tag in, they do that block where like you have to time it, which is really annoying because the timing for that for humans is fucking really hard. But like they were like perfect, and that pissed me off. But I'll give the Viltrumite difficulty a go, and that it'll probably just piss me off to the point where it'll be like, okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. My next thing I'll do on it is I'll do the story mode through hard to get that achievement. But I just want to say about the story, like, it's annoying for how it ended because there was bits of it where I was really intrigued by it. Like in the early bits where the characters are glitching and you are thinking like, okay, what is going on here? And then I did think the engineer stuff it could have been way better, but I thought like, okay, that's quite cool.
It's an interesting idea.
But maybe cool is probably just the word you can use for it. It's not amazing, is it? Like, it was really annoying because I thought, okay, there is a good idea there. They just haven't expanded on it enough. And like you said, in that last bit, if it was a movie and there wasn't the fights in between, it's like a 5-minute time sequence of them like destroying that tower. But then you are just fighting the same people again. You think that never happens in Mortal Kombat. You'll fight someone, they'll bring someone else. You might fight them again later in the story, or there might even be roles reversed. You'll be the other person fighting the other person. But yeah, when it got to that last bit, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm pretty done with this.
I can't understand why they just wouldn't have a boss at the end. Like, it's a perfect opportunity. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with that, but
It
it
wouldn't
has to have a
be.
natural end.
I mean, I say saying that Street Fighter had a boss battle, didn't it? It had the guy with the circle in his belly. Do you remember that Jack Street Fighter 4? Can't remember his name. He had like this spinning ball in his
I won't be
belly.
able to remember him.
He was always a fucking pain in the ass. But in Mortal Kombat, I can't remember who the final boss battle is on Mortal Kombat 1, but it's not like it's no different to the other fights. Like it's still the same fights, as in everyone's got the same health. It's just
Yeah,
it's that character, which I don't think you
Kind
fight
of
in
like
any
that.
other point in the game. So it's like the only time you fight that person. So it's like, for example, they could have easily not maybe obviously not in this case, but Frag would be the perfect example. Is he's the main boss battle at the end of the
that'd be
thing?
really cool. Like if Frag then
Yes.
came down, or like a clone of Frag. So you've got like the real Frag and then the clone
Yeah.
one before the tower. Like just something where we still would have been negative towards it, but at least at that point we're like, well, at least they did something towards the end. I just can't forgive a game that does the same fight mechanic and
Yeah.
then it just ends, and it's quite abrupt as well. The ending
Yeah.
It's very
of
abrupt.
the
I
game.
think it even would have been cool if they did. Your final fight was against 3 engineers who weren't suddenly Viltrumites. I know they're not a
Yeah,
playable
just
character at the
something.
moment,
Yeah.
but like if it was just like, okay, you've taken the tower out, now the
Mm.
engineers are going to give you a quick fight, and then they scutter away.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
or imagine if like obviously because the engineers are involved with Angstrom. Imagine if like they ran off and then he comes up.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
how cool would have that been? Like and then your final
Or
fight is
and
against
he's
Angstrom.
called the Invincible people, like his old Invincible lot, like the from the
Oh
different
yeah,
dimensions. You got
like
four of the
yeah,
different
if like two
Invincibles.
of them come in and then yes,
Yeah.
you got Angstrom, two invisible, something like that. Yeah, really missed opportunity to because yeah, the story wasn't nothing. But if they had just closed it out that little bit better, you still could have
Mm.
left it on a cliffhanger to add more in. But it was just like, oh, okay, that's it.
It's just made me even more want to see a proper Invincible single player story.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
itch is really there, really high. I want someone to do that because I think there's so much opportunity there. And can you imagine like a Invincible game that hits the story, the emotion, the depth, sort of all of the different aspects of it?
Yeah, but we
Because
said
we're not.
this on Discord the other day, like sometimes show I think we said it was Troy Baker that said it actually. Or someone said it and Troy Baker agreed with it. That
yeah,
not every game needs to be made into a show. Some games are games
Yeah.
because they work in a game setting.
No,
Some
yeah.
shows should stay as shows. I personally, I'm
yeah,
happy we've got this game. We've moaned about the story, blah blah, but we're all having fun with the online and fighting each
Yeah.
other.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
will continue to play this. I will wait to see what characters they add. I doubt I'll do much ranked. I'm having a bit more fun in the casual matches because it's a little bit less sweaty. People are trying new characters out, and
Yeah.
it's a little bit more enjoyable for me because I'm not that good. So I'm glad we've got this game. I would just think, for example, this story with the engineers, I could see them doing something that cool in the show and it working because we know
Yeah.
that they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
These
No,
guys do not know what they're doing with Invincible Story. It's a shame because I feel like if they had asked Robert Kirkman for some more help
He was
with
involved.
this, fuck me. If he signed this off, then I am concerned because
He was involved. I think he was involved in the story. Well, and also he's
thing is
like
though,
vice president of Skybound.
really,
oh
Yeah.
shit.
well that's
The thing is though,
disappointed me. I can't lie.
the story with the engineers is good. So if he's having the input on that, I think I'm trying to defend him because of how great like The Walking Dead and
He's
the
chairman.
idea of going up against him, yeah, sounds really bad or feels really bad. But it's the gameplay. But surely he would have known what they were doing, and he would have then had the opportunity to say, "Oh no, I'm not a fan of this and that." So the fact that he has signed it off is a surprise.
Yeah.
But it's the game. It's the gameplay for me. There's an interesting story because I can't imagine he would have done anything more than that. He would have written the story for the
Yeah.
game.
He was in an interview last October saying we wanted to make it feel like a playable episode, which is the fucking length of
Okay,
an
episode
episode.
makes more sense.
It's
Yeah.
the fucking length of an
Okay,
episode.
okay, he chose them words smartly then.
But
Good
this is
thing
a
he didn't
shit
say
episode of telly.
series. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, if this was an episode of Invincible in the way that it's distributed like the game, which I know is difficult because it wouldn't be the fighting bit, but you would come out and going, people would either say, well, that's a filler episode, as they always
Yes.
say about Invincible,
Yeah.
or that was really fucking pointless. and that is kind of where I
don't
lose
get me wrong,
sight
I'm
of
not
it.
expecting it to be as good as the show. It's never going to be that good, but it could be something. You know, I mean, we've talked to death on this. It's disappointing, but at least we're all having fun with the game itself.
Yeah.
One of the positives is just the fact that it was an hour. Like, I'm happy that it was short because it was shit. If it was any longer, I'd have really started to lose patience. So one thing that I'm critiquing, I'm actually praising because of how bad the story mode is. So it's a weird one.
Yeah, if it would have kept at that kind of level for 2 or 3 hours, that would have been a slog, a real slog. Well, there you have it. That is our review of Invincible versus. I'm sure in the coming weeks we'll be discussing fights we've had against each other, online matches that we've had and enjoyed. Currently, you can watch me beat Andy and Jack on YouTube, actually.
I'm gonna fucking upload that 2-minute
and
video I've got me whooping your ass.
I am happy to announce that everyone seems to be loving the fight with Andy. It's got over 100 views, which is good for us. So, Jack, you've kind of got away with it. Everyone's gone to the Andy one. So.
I'm just in the clear.
You're in the clear. Because I wasn't feeling well, and well, I was feeling fine, but wasn't talking, so there's no commentary on it. I was like, I feel like I don't like just uploading gameplay without any commentary on it.
The next time you stream, if I'm around, then you can upload it because I feel like and then hopefully I've got a better chance of winning.
Oh, I've been.
I don't think I will. I'm just gonna practice every day now for the rest of the week. Like, if that works,
it's all I'm playing. It's all I'm gonna play now.
Obviously, I want to move on to what else we've been playing, including Saros for me, Pragmata for Stephen, and Call of Duty Zombies for Jack. But before we do that, I just want to quickly keep it on the fighting theme. Another question for you both. I'm going to give you a blind ranking. So you're going to have to blind rank these 5 characters, okay? But the category is who you would least like to take on in a fight. So you yourself, you have to blind rank these characters on who you would least like to take on in a fight. Now, the caveat is any weapons they have, you would also have to use against them. Okay?
Okay.
So you'll get that when I go through the names.
We need to write these down.
I'll write them down. You're blind ranking them. So I'm going to say a name. Okay. You don't know what names are coming next. You've got to rank it 1 to 5.
Yeah, I get you.
Oh, I see.
You've got to rank it 1 to 5 in terms of where you think. 1 is in, 1? I do not want to fight him. He would beat the fuck out of me. 5 being, I've got a chance.
What's the problem if you think all 5 of them are going to like rip you to pieces? Then
I mean, don't get me wrong, all 5 of these are going to fuck us up, but obviously I can't do it because I know the names. But you guys can do it. So I'm right. And okay, you'll both do it, so you can both go. First name, Joel Miller from The Last of Us.
Oh.
Where would you put him in terms of if you'd like to fight him or not?
Can I ask a question before we do the rest of them?
Okay.
Are they all just regular humans?
They are all human people.
Okay.
I mean, if you just had a golf club, just do what Abby did.
If he's got a gun and I've got a gun, then it's whoever shoots first.
Okay. There's no change to caveat. What I said there was mainly for one character.
Okay.
The rest of them are. You know what?
Give me Joel 5th. I'll take him.
5th. Okay.
Oh, I'm not going that. I'm not going that.
He's an old man by the second game. I'm fighting second game Joel.
If it's Last of Us Part 1, like in the lab when you try to save Ellie, you just see it like, because he's nothing bad.
I'll change it. Yeah. This is all fist fights.
Oh. No, yeah, fuck it. I'll still put him 5th. It's blind ranking, and it's yeah.
I'll go 3rd, like midway.
That's the safest way to go with the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. Leon Kennedy.
He'd kick my ass.
And when I say this fight, legs are involved too. Like you can kick, you can punch.
He does martial arts.
Street fight.
Weirdly though, I think you got more of a chance to take a Leon down than Joel personally.
Really?
Oh, if you mess up his hair,
you played Requiem. He beat fucking the shit out of everything.
Yeah, but you mainly had a weapon, didn't he? Like,
yeah,
he mainly using guns. Where I think like Joel's a bit more muscular than Leon. I mean, both of them were still absolutely winning. Like, let's be fair. It's not. I'm not winning. I would go second for Leon. No,
Yeah,
not second.
As
Fourth.
in, you got the best, more chance. Okay.
Yeah, I've got more chance of taking down Leon than Joel. So
less
fourth
chance
for Leon.
against him. I'm going to put him third.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, next. Hugh from Pragmata.
See, he'd fucking go fifth, wouldn't he? Yeah, fourth for me. He'll go fourth.
I'll put him fifth. I could take you.
Definitively, I could take him.
Yeah, just snap Diana off the back. He's a shell of a man, mate.
So
right?
Just bear in mind, both of you have got the slot 1 and 2 left.
Yeah, I've got a feeling you're saving the best for last as well.
Jin Sakai. So this was the one where I was going to say weapons each, but we're changing it. This is pure fist fight.
Oh yeah, Jin's
I've had 5, 4, and 3, haven't I?
You've only got 1 and 2 left, both of you.
I've had 3, 4. Yeah. Thing is, if I put him number 1 and then the last one that you say, like I just know it's going to. I'm going to be really annoyed. But Jin Sakai,
the ghost.
Yeah, he would destroy us. I mean, they all would. I keep
no swords
that.
though.
I don't want anyone...
No swords.
Yeah, but still, I probably he'd be in front of me and then he wouldn't be, and then he'd just be behind me.
The ghost. So I keep saying the caveat, just so no one listening to this podcast has any illusion. We are not winning any of these fights. I just want to keep saying that so no one thinks that I have a chance.
I will put second because I think the last one's going to be like Bruce Wayne.
I will. Yeah, I think I'm going to go second as well. To be fair, without a sword, more of a chance. If it was a sword fight, just instant death.
So you both put in the last one in first place.
Please don't be something like really stupid, like I don't know, like Rivet from Ratchet and Clank.
Rivet would fuck us up. We're not gonna lie.
Yeah, to be fair, actually.
Trevor from GTA 5.
Oh yeah, easily Tom. He's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah. Did you see what he did to Johnny in GTA 5? Like gave him a cuddle and then
domes him.
Yeah. Or the 2 people, his cousin that. She goes, you are 2 very not nice people, and he comes out and like the whole house full of blood. He doesn't even have any weapons, so you don't even know what he did to both of them. So with his fist,
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that is great. Trevor from GTA 5 is absolutely just ripping you to pieces.
So Jack's final ranking is Trevor, Jin Sakai, Leon Kennedy, Hugh from Pragmata, and Joel. I feel like there's a...
if I could swap the last 2 rounds, I'd be extremely happy.
Yeah, I think that's not bad. I personally think Jin should be lower. Obviously, you didn't know he's coming, but I think I think Joel and Leon would beat Jin Sakai in a fight separately.
Yeah, probably.
Without swords.
Yeah, probably.
You could almost rank it like that, couldn't you? Like who's going to win the fights between each other. Stephen's list was similar at the top, Trevor and Jin Sakai, then Joel, Leon, and Hugh. I think you got the perfect 5th place. Hugh is the weakest of the 5.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably, if all of them had their outfits, it'd be quite hard to take down Hugh. But anyway,
it's funny in Pragmata right now. I've got like this sort of. He looks like the T-800 from Terminator. It's one of the skins you get later on.
The Walker skin.
Yeah, and now like you're just Arnie at this point. So if he's wearing that, like completely full of metal, you're fucked, mate. But anything else, I'd take him.
Yeah. Very good. That was a little bit of fun before we move on to what we've been playing, I should say.
Makes me feel bad for Debbie from GTA 5. Poor Deborah. Doesn't end well for her. Just remind me of that scene.
Speaking of Debbie, when does she come to Invincible Versus?
She's definitely got to come. They've got to add at least.
They've got to find a way. They've got to find a way.
What about like
Debbie or Paul?
Yeah, like a Paul. And it's like his character movie is just the housing business that he works with, just throws a fucking house on you.
Or even like William, like it would be fucking so funny.
Yeah.
William,
we need Donald.
Donald has to come in.
Yeah, Donald would be great.
Donald would be great
just because he is like half robot anyway. So making moves for him it would be good to do. But
see Sean Donald on the same team.
I think we'll see Donald pretty soon. Personally, I think, like you say, because he is robot, I think they'll have fun with that. with Debbie and Paul and whatever, they're probably thinking, how are we going to make this one work? Debbie would have like a wine bottle or something. Because
well, like Oliver as well would be interesting.
Oliver should be coming, I imagine.
I think they might wait for Oliver, only because they can put Monster Girl into the game, even though, well, she's a monster in the thing, but she does show up as a kid, doesn't she? I don't think they'll put Oliver in as like a 13-year-old, because I don't think you can probably do that in a fighting game. Especially with the way some of the finishes go, because like you can't show a 13-year-old getting fucking blitzed to pieces.
That is a very solid point. Although, does it count when
You
they're an
can.
alien?
He's still a kid. He still physically looks like you can't have a kid fighting people. I think just for like the lore, it never really happens in games, does it?
I know we moving on from Invincible versus, but we didn't actually speak about that. The level of brutality in this game is nuts, particularly when you get to the finishing moves.
Yes.
I sent the video you uploaded to my mate George and just be like, watch me frying this match really badly. And he put back like, oh, what game is that? Looks like Fortnite Mortal Kombat.
That's not, in terms of graph, I can kind of see it. It is brutal, but it's not quite Mortal Kombat level. Like, the Omni-Man finisher is better in Mortal Kombat. It uses the train sequence from Invincible Season 1, which is just...
The best finisher one I remember is Johnny K from Mortal Kombat X, where he says, "Here's Johnny," and then his head goes into his stomach. Like, that's fucking sick.
So what else we have been playing? I'll give a quick update on Saros. Obviously came out this week as well. I decided to spend an extra £10 to get the digital deluxe, mainly because this was coming out the same day as Invincible. Knew we was going to review Invincible first, so I'd be like all on that, and I was like, I could do with a few extra hours of Saros just to get an idea of it for this podcast. So I think I've played 3 hours of Saros so far, and I can say I'm enjoying it. It's definitely enjoyable. Right now, I was more instantly intrigued by Returnal. The whole vibe of Returnal, I can't remember the name of her character now. That's going to bug me. But when she sees her own dead body on the floor, you're like, oh, okay, that's interesting. We know this is a roguelike. We know we're going to get the repetition runs, but for the character to acknowledge and see her dead body, I was like, that's an interesting concept. How they're going to go with that, blah, blah. So I was immediately pulled in from the idea. Never finished the game because it was too hard for me at the time, but Saros hasn't quite got me in the story sense yet. Not saying it won't. I'm sure it will. I've got to the first boss. I haven't beat it yet. I've had 2 attempts at it. I was very close second time. Just fucked it up at the end. So I'm going to move on to that now. Now that we've reviewed this Invincible versus, Saros is going to be my game now until Direct 20. So I'm going to try and get as much of that done as I can. So hopefully next week I'll be coming back with an update. We're not reviewing it next week. But an update, and then the week after will be the review of Saros.
Is it as hard as Returnal, have you found?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I remember thinking Returnal was tough. And this feels... If it is tough, I've died multiple times. I've not beat the first boss yet, so it's obviously not easy. There's a lot... It's like what's the word for it when you've got loads of bullets coming at you? Bullet? I can't know what it's called.
No, you mean though.
But that boss battle is chaos. Like, yeah, maybe barrage. There's something.
Barrage of bullets.
Yeah. Anyway, that boss battle is just constant, and I got to, I assume, is the last stage of it, and I was like, holy fuck! Like, you are constantly moving, and that's like, this is that word's really bugging me. I can't think of it.
There's no difficulty levels, just like Returnal, is it? Or
so I've not got to it yet, but there kind of is. So there's no difficulty level as in when you start a run, you pick a level, but there are modifiers you can pick up that affect the playthrough. I've not got to that point yet, but I've heard it in previews and reviews. So you can make the game harder or easier by using these modifiers.
Right
now, I don't feel like I need them, but obviously the game's only going to get harder, I imagine, as I get further. I've also heard through reviews and previews that once I've done this zone and I die in the next zone, I can go straight to the second zone, which is a new thing. So in most roguelikes, You die, you start all the way at the beginning,
We're back.
make your way through. In Returnal, you could go halfway through the first level and get to a, I don't know, like a not time travel, but like a fast travel point and move on. So you didn't have to do the whole of the first section, but you had to do at least a good chunk of it.
It was like a not a save point, so to speak, but like a station which you could get to.
Fast track you to the next point.
Yeah.
Here they kind of apparently just completely scrapped that, and it's like once you've done a boss area, you don't really have to do that area again. You can go straight to the second one, which again just makes it easier because you've got less to do. You can go straight into the new area. So everything that everyone is saying is that this is slightly easier than Returnal, which is good for me personally. I'm enjoying it. I just need to play more. I need more hours on it. Learn all the mechanics, learn all the weapons, get all the upgrades, and understand everything properly. There's a mechanic where you get, say, 3/4 of the way through the level, and then they have the eclipse. So you force you do this thing with these hands coming out the ground, and there's like a solar eclipse, and it changes the world where all of a sudden every enemy's projectiles are corrosive or corruptive, and they don't just take damage health away, they block it. So as in, if you heal up, you've got less maximum health.
Right.
So it's even more damaging to get hit by them. So that makes it's an interesting twist to it. I think when I last played, I've just unlocked something where you have a shield, and when you're in the normal section and you get hit by projectiles, you can store the energy from those bullets and use it for like a special move. But when you're in that corruption area, corruption part of the level, it doesn't do that. It basically just, the shield is basically fucking useless. But I think I've just unlocked something where the shield then continues to help me, and I think it might actually be even more powerful because it's more powerful. So when you use it, it's also more powerful. So I'm going to see how that plays out. I'm going to see if I can actually get through this game. I don't know. Didn't get through Returnal. But so far, so good. But I would say it's not pulled me in as immediately as Returnal did.
Yeah.
Which I kind of got the vibe of that on the trailers anyway. So it's not too surprising. But I've completely dropped it for Invincible. I'll go back to it this week. Speaking of games going back to, Stephen, you've gone back to Pragmata.
Yes. So I've basically only got 2 more things that I want to do. I'm not going for the platinum. It might be one of those that I've got a list of games that are potential, so like Resident Evil Requiem and Pragmata is. I thought I could get pretty much everything apart from the lunatic difficulty, which I just like. I'm okay at Pragmata in terms of like the hacking and shooting, but I wouldn't say that I'm like the most amazing player. So I feel like lunatic difficulty will just give me a headache, and we've got too much games to play. But today I got all of the training simulations complete. I had done half of them last week. I finished that off today.
Is that
because you get a trophy?
Is that just the main mission of each of them, or all 3?
Yeah. So you only get the trophy that you get is you get complete a main training objective, and then there's another one of getting the main objective in all, so you don't have to go for all 3. What I was actually finding was the first 5 I got all 3, but I must have then retried, and by retrying it then reset, because when you get all 3 it then comes up with a crown.
The difference is you have to do all objectives in one go for the crown.
Are you saying you retried it one you already had a crown on and then it changed?
No, that's a good point. I got all of the objectives, so I was getting the reward. But if you don't do it in one,
say if one of the objectives is kill all the enemies, the ones get all the boxes.
Yeah.
In one of your runs, you did all the enemies. Then one of your runs did all the boxes. You would need to actually do them all together in one go to get.
We found it isn't even your definitive first go. If you're getting towards the end of it and you hit retry, and then you do all 3 in the first go, it does count it. Because I think you missed 1, didn't you? And then we were trying to figure out, like, what the fuck's that crown for?
Yeah.
But I think even if you finish it and then you click retry instead of going out, you can still get the crown. Because that's how I got one of my crowns as well. Yeah. So you
just got to do it all in one.
As long as you don't back out and you just retry, you can get the crown.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense now, actually. But there's probably there's 30. I probably got crowns in about 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah.
But because I knew that you didn't get a trophy. Like if you got a trophy to get all of them. I mean, some of them were quite hard, so I'm kind of glad in a way that I only had to focus on the main objective, particularly when you get to like the lasers. Funnily enough, people were saying online that the last one, the last trade session, which is meant to be the hardest, like I did that early because I thought that's going to take the longest, but I actually found that quite routine. I was quite surprised that a lot of people online saying they really struggled with that. But I didn't have any too problems. The one that I did was there was one where you have to kill 3 enemies in like 70 seconds, but you've got to really utilize the hacking those. But obviously they're throwing loads of bombs at you and it's in quite close proximity. So that took me probably about 5 attempts to do. But I've done that. So the only one now at the moment before I then stop Pragmata completely is the unknown signal. I've done 2 so far, but what I did discover today, I don't know if you're aware of this, Welchy, that I thought they all unlocked that you do 10. I know that you've got an even harder boss battle after, but there are parameters. So like for some of them, you have to get 100% in all of the sectors and defeat these like extra bosses. So I'm like, oh, really? So I've now got to go back and do that extra stuff, which is not a problem because I've got the ability now where you can see where everything is. So that isn't too much problem. Although in one of the sectors, there's a really enhanced like boss that I died once. I was like, well, good job I don't have to fight him because he's a pain in the backside. To then find out today, oh no, fuck, I've got to go back and take him down. But I have also heard that the hardest boss battle apparently is once you do all 10, that room that is unlocked, I've heard is really, really tough. But I would anticipate that because it's going to be the reward at the end of doing all 10. But I'm basically just
be a boss. I didn't. That's really good of him actually. I
so apparently there's something in there that is really tough to beat. It's just in that close proximity and there's a boss in there, Jesus Christ, because the room doesn't look that big at all. So I mean I might be completely wrong, but people are saying from bits that I've read that there is something after that. That's the only trophy I want to get currently. Obviously I do want to go back and finish off again my Life is Strange wavelength and then do double exposure before Directive 8020, which is that comes out, is it the 12th of May?
Yeah, I was just literally trying to look for that. I think you're right. It's not long.
I think it's the 12th.
Which does not give me long to beat Saros.
No. But my plan will be, what is good with the Pragmata now, because I've done pretty much like everything else in terms of trophies that I wanted to obtain. I'm still annoyed that I haven't got the escape, like shoot one, because I can't quite work out on the map what one I've missed. And even though I'll try and get 100% on the, which might actually unlock it for me because I'm assuming that counts. Or maybe it doesn't. I'm unsure.
You know on the
where you could go back then to the shelter. So there's a trophy for discovering all of them.
Right, yeah.
Like the escape hatches.
Oh, the escape hatches. Sorry.
Yeah. So I've obviously missed one because I don't have that trophy. I did spend about 30 minutes the other night trying to find it. I couldn't find it anywhere because it wasn't pinpoint on the map. Because obviously you've got the different sectors.
I don't know if that is 100% thing or not.
I'm not sure either, but because I'm annoyed that
it isn't for the like little thing on the sub areas. It doesn't count towards that, but I know what you mean because I've missed some and like I was thinking like, surely I should have got all of them. But in my achievements on there, I haven't got that one either.
I don't know what one I'm missing.
I got them all, so I must just be very observant.
I tell you what's done it. You know when you do the scan and it's like a little ball, isn't it, to tell you there's a hatch there. It's like it looks.
I never unlocked that ability. Oh, sorry, I know what you mean. Well, yes.
Like when you do the scan, there's like it looks like a little symbol of the tram, and that tells you where the hatch is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I've definitely missed some because sometimes I've done the scan and it might say like there's one over there, and I think like, oh, that's the one I've just unlocked, or the one I've just come up. So I didn't bother running over to go look for it because I was thinking like, well, the story wants me to go that way, that's that way. And it wasn't until like I went back and done a couple, like I think I missed one on the New York one, the one that's right next to the boss in the final bit. I missed that one.
Oh,
but all the time I was running about
doing this because you can kind of just. I don't need to do
go
that.
Straight to the boss. Yeah.
I'm surprised. No, sorry,
I was only gonna say like just like that. I just kept thinking like, oh, it's one I've already got. I never thought it was going to be one that I'd actually missed. But yeah, sorry, Steve.
No, it's all right. I'm very observant. I do check everywhere normally. So when I found out that I didn't get that, I was like, that's really weird. Because on the map, I can see which ones I've got. I'm like, well, there's one there. There's like they all look. It looks like on the map that I have got them all, but obviously I haven't because I haven't got that trophy. But when I try to, it doesn't tell me when I'm scanning. Like, and it's weird that it gives me all everywhere else where all the stuff is there. But for some reason, if it is there, I'm not seeing it. It's not a major issue. But because really now at the moment, I just want to get the unknown signal done. In a way, I'm kind of like, I think it's just timing. If I had all the time in the world, it'd be fine. But the idea that I've then got to go back because some of these enhanced bosses are the one that I came up against was tough, like completely wiped me. But what is quite good is on each of the doors, it tells you specifically whether it's a boss or if you need 100%. But what you could do is you can kind of do 2 in 1. So if I've got to go to the Terror Dome and take down the enhanced boss and then get 100% on the Terror Dome, I can kind of do that in one go and then go back and do the sector. So I'm going to be doing that. And then, as I said, I kind of really want to get Life is Strange double exposure done, but I haven't even started it yet just because it's been obviously Pragmata, Invincible versus. Then I keep going like all Pragmata. Then I'm still playing a bit of EAFC because with the football season on, with Team of the Season, that keeps enticing me back. So there's just not enough hours in the day. That's what you're finding with Saros at the moment. But once Directive 8020 hits, it'll be completing that, and then that will lead us on nicely to 007. So at least after 007, we get a bit of a break.
For you, maybe. I've got fucking Forza Horizon 6 in between those.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about Forza Horizon 6. I suppose in a way that it's not a game you necessarily have to beat. Sort of, you can play a good
but I still want
amount
to play
of
enough
that.
to be able to review it.
Yeah, sure.
And that's literally, I've got Directive 8020 next Tuesday, Forza the following Tuesday, 007 the Wednesday after that. It's back to back to back.
So, for you, Welchy, because you want to do the unknown signal for Pragmata at some point.
I started it. I did the first room, and then I couldn't do the second one because I had to go and do some extra stuff. I was like, okay, another time. I don't know when I'm going to get back to Pragmata. I'd like to do more. I don't think I'll get the platinum unless I got every other trophy, and then I thought I could do the hard one. But right now it's going to be Saros, a bit of Invincible here and there.
Yeah.
I don't think I can beat Saros by next week. I just don't think I've got that in me.
Depends on how well you do.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening, but I can try. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get all this done. And Andy, Jack, you have been playing a game which is banned on this podcast, but we'll let you talk about it. Black Ops 7 Zombies. I believe there's a new map.
Yeah, new maps come out. In fairness, it dropped the same day as Invincible, and it literally dropped at 5 o'clock, and Invincible came out at 6. So I ended up, and I think I had to do an update, so that took 20 minutes. So I was like, right, I can do 40 minutes. And then, but like every time I've gone back onto it, the map is actually really good, but I've just been like, I want to go on Invincible. So I've ended up going back. But from the little bits I've played, I didn't have it installed when the last map came out. I just missed that. I was like, I'm not really feeling zombies at the moment. But went back onto it. I have actually enjoyed the little bits of the map I've played. I would like to sit down and get like a proper trial through of trying to do the Easter egg on that map. But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, it's basically the same as all Black Ops 7 Zombies. I've probably spoke about it before. I just find it fun. But the map it seems a little bit more care with creation into it, and there's a couple more throwbacks from some of the older maps, like the Origins robot is back in. And
hey, I love the robot.
He's cool. You get to go in his head again and it shoots you out.
Yeah, I loved Origins as a map. What a map that was.
Like, that's been really cool. The wonder weapon on it is really good, and it's quite original compared to some of the ones they've done in Black Ops 6. Were a bit underwhelming. But yeah, I've enjoyed going back onto it. I've also been playing a little bit of Red Dead as well, and Pragmata on my Switch. Just when I've been laying in bed, been switching between them two games. I finally got the story done on Red Dead, so that was fun to get that finished. And
Red Dead 1 or 2?
Red Dead 1, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, there's not much to say about it.
2's not on the Switch, right?
No. But I mean, we could probably all talk about the Red Dead series for ages. I mean, that's just been really fun to go back and having it.
Did you shed a tear once again at the end of that game because it hits you in the feels?
It does hit you. It does.
Happens to poor John.
Oh, no. But yeah, that's been really fun to go back onto and get those missions done. It is really fun playing a Rockstar game on a Switch. And after that got the Switch 2 update, it just plays perfectly, 60 FPS, really smooth, and the graphics look nice in it. But yeah, that's been fun to go back and finish as well.
Did your version, whatever one you buy, come with Undead Nightmare or not?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You gonna give that a go or?
Probably. I think the last time I played that would have been
That's
like
fun.
when it was first out on the 360.
Yeah,
But
me
I
too.
really like the story of Undead Nightmare because there's some funny moments in it. Like they crank up the comedy for it, which is really good.
That still annoyed me that I thought that was Red Dead Redemption 2. And when I then found out it was a DLC, I was like, oh shit. Because in my head, I was like, oh, this is the next Red Dead Redemption that they've just turned into zombies. Also regarding zombies, Jack, that kind of for me made Black Ops 7 seal its fate because they made zombies for me so unuser friendly. I don't know if that's changed now, but I hate Black Ops 7 so much that I'm never ever touching that game again. So hopefully the next Call of Duty, if zombies is a reiteration, I'll then pick it back up because like there's no way I'm going back to that. I played that one zombies map and it was awful.
I completely get you. It's one of them it's a game now where there's so much added in with perks, and obviously you can choose your starting weapon, but you have to level up everything. And it's like if you haven't played any and you just want to hop onto it, it's like you have like augments for the perks and stuff like that. So if you haven't got any of them unlocked, you are genuinely really at a disadvantage to the players who have. Not like you won't be able to survive till the end of the game, but it's like just with like how many hits it takes you to get down and some stuff like that, and just they make the perks do different things, and it's like if you haven't done that or you haven't grinded a certain gun up to a level to get certain attachments, it's like it is a shame because they've made it for people who are going to play it for the whole year and not for people who just want to hop on and play a few games.
I've always regarded myself as quite a good zombies player in terms of like getting Easter eggs and always getting to high levels. But for me, like your first starting point, as I did like my 24-hour live stream, Juggernaut. You need that to have a chance to get into your higher rounds in 1340. And with Black Ops 7, that is taken away from you. So already I'm like, well, how are you expecting me to get to like the higher rounds with all of these bloody creatures coming at me? And I've got no standard perk that if you are a big jumper, you should be able to access that quickly. So I hope that with the next zombie iteration, we just go back to its roots, go back to what made it so addictive and fun. It's great for players that keep playing it because I know like Jack, you play zombies even more than I used in terms of all of that. So for you, that side of it is probably good, but yeah, they totally missed them up. For the casual zombie players, we've been fucked over massively this year. Which
the only reason I played the first map a lot when the game first came out, so I managed to get a lot of the augments and that unlocked. So it is a little bit easier for me to hop back on and have a game. But like even then, I completely get your point. For someone who, if you bought Black Ops 7 but didn't really play it much at the start, and then you see this new map and you think, oh, that looks really good, and you go on. Yeah, you can still get to the end and you can buy all your perks and that, but yeah, the augments and that change so much in the gameplay that it's like you're looking at other people on your team, you're thinking like, why is he doing so good? Why is he doing so good? And it's like because they've just, it doesn't even mean they're particularly better at the game. They've just spent hours leveling stuff up. As where it wasn't like that in older ones.
Yeah, put it this way, on the first Black Ops 7 zombie map, I got to level 13, but I had no perks because I had to go through these augments, which I was so confused because there's one where you've got to like power up this mass thing, but you've got these zombies just constantly coming at you in the higher rounds, and I'm thinking I can't do this without the very perks that I need to unlock. So at that point, I was like, yeah, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this. But yeah, it's good to hear that you're enjoying it for sure.
Yeah, I will try play a little bit more of that map because after watching some streams as well of other YouTubers, it does look like quite a fun map.
Yeah.
Can't believe the words fun and Black Ops 7 have been put together there. But,
just for zombies.
It does sound like zombies is the saving grace. Well, there you go. That is going to be it for this week's episode of the Late Night Gamer podcast. Let us know your thoughts on Invincible Versus if you've been playing it. Let us know in the comments. Tag us on socials at the Late Night Pods. We'd love to hear from you. You can also join our Discord using the link in the description to get your thoughts in before we record our podcasts, like James did earlier. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you are listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Speaking of which, next time we will be deciding on our top 10 PlayStation exclusives. Another top 10 episodes, so you will not want to miss that one. And I'm sure there'll be some controversy in that. Speaking of next episode as well, this is 1 week break essentially with the top 10 episode before we have review. So it's going to be busy. We'll try and beat as many games as we can or get as many hours into them as we can. For example, Saros, I don't think I'm going to beat. But yeah, we've also got Summer Games Fest around the corner, so expect a predictions video coming up soon. Crazy that we're talking about that already, but we're basically a month away now.
Yeah.
And we've got a whole summer period of games where we don't know what's coming. So I expect we're going to get some announcements. Until then, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I have been your host, Welchy, and I have been joined, as always, by my co-host, Stephen.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure as always, guys. And yeah, I'm looking forward to talk about PlayStation exclusives next week. That's going to be a meaty episode.
And Jack.
Thank you for having me again. I've really enjoyed Invincible versus, and yeah, looking forward to that Summer Games Fest actually.
I was just about to say, get better soon, Andy, if you're listening.
Oh yeah, get well soon, Andy.
Thank you all for listening and keep on gaming.